Hey everyone, this is Brad in Fort Worth, Texas. Want to do another short video on the Atlas Artemis. You may have seen the one on the Atlas Titan. Titan's real nice, but it's nothing like the Artemis. Just the kind of what they did as far as having, and I forget what this is called. Basically, where the slide is a little bit shorter, they keep this for what they say is supposed to be easier to maybe gain your front sight with this. Doesn't move in with the slide. It's stationary. But it just looks cool, I think. Different. You know, there's a couple gun makers out there now that do that. Atlas Artemis. So price point on this, I think with after the DLC and everything, was around $7,500. So it's about $1,000, maybe $1,200 more than the Nighthawk BDS9 video I just did, which I'll upload shortly. And let's see, the Atlas Titan was around $5,800 or $5,900. So, you know, it's about $1,500 more than the Atlas Titan. This is chambered in 9mm. Trijicon RMR. You have to buy the plate, obviously, kind of allows it to adapt. You know, and I did the video I did on the Atlas, the 40 caliber, the Titan. I was like, man, why did they put such a thumb safety right there? It's so in the way. Which I wish it was more in line, kind of like that Nighthawk was, but for whatever reason, Atlas doesn't do that. And I understand why now, because somebody mentioned in one of the posts that it's actually a thumb rest. Which is awesome, because I was like, well, this thing sucks. It's always in your way when you're trying to grip it. And, you know, because you can see, it's so easy to pull it up or push it up. So I started utilizing this. And it's awesome now. I love it because you can actually get a little bit more downward pressure to keep the muzzle flip from happening as much, even though 9mm it's minimal. But I do like that now. So grip texture, it's not as aggressive as the 40 caliber, which I think the 40 caliber was maybe a steel grip. I can't remember. I sold the 40 caliber because I have an Infinity 40 caliber getting here next month. So I really don't have a use for the Atlas 40 caliber anymore. Extremely nice gun, the Titan. I did have feeding issues with some ammunition. Even keeping the gun extremely oiled and everything. I was still having feeding issues with the 40 caliber Atlas Titan. For whatever reason, I don't know why. And one of the magazines was a total piece of shit. So, got rid of that. And getting rid of the Nighthawk BDS9, which you heard me say that if you watch that Nighthawk video that I did. So yeah, Atlas Artemis. This gun is fucking awesome. It is so smooth. And like all Atlas guns, the racking of the slide is so smooth, man. It's amazing. Especially compared to the Nighthawk BDS9. Now I know that's a little less expensive, but even the Titan is less expensive than the Nighthawk BDS9. And every Atlas gun that they make, the slide is so amazing. It just glides on there, man. It's crazy. Crazy how easy it is. The Nighthawk BDS9 I did not like. I mean, yeah, it's a nice gun, but still, for $6,500, they need, whatever Atlas is doing, Nighthawk needs to do that. I don't know how they do it, but for whatever reason, this thing is so badass compared to the BDS9. The Atlas Titan was the same way, just smooth as silk. But this is a sub 2 trigger pull. which kind of like I mentioned in the the Nighthawk BDS9 video, the trigger pull was closer to 4 pounds than it was 3 pounds. This is a sub 2, which is so awesome. The Titan was the same way. It was sub 2. But I figured I'd just do a couple pull ratings, just so y'all can kind of know. This is 1 pound, 2 ounces. I've been getting about 1.5 has kind of been the average. £1 pound, 12 ounces, so that's fairly close to 2. Still, it's sub 2. £1 pound, 14 ounces. £1 pound, 12 ounces. So yeah, it seems like I've never had a reading that hit 2 pounds. It's always in the ones, which I can't even tell you what that feels like if you've never shot a gun that has such a light trigger pull weight. I mean, it is so awesome, especially when you get used to it. Oh my God. I never want to have another gun that has a trigger pull weight of more than, God, 2.5, I would say at most. That's on my 1911s. I still have the Ed Brown on that video, the Ed Brown video I did. I still have that one. But man, the 1911s, I mean, I don't know why you would buy a 1911 when you can get a 2011. Like the Volkman Precision, I mean, those trigger pull weights on those, same with the Alchemy, have to be closer to 5 pounds. Which, I don't know. It seems too heavy to me, but I guess that's just the way the 1911s are. When I buy a gun, I don't want to have to modify and do a bunch of shit to it to change weights or anything like that. I want to buy the gun, a stock gun, with these things already done to it, especially $6,000-7,000. But let me just show you this real quick so you can kind of see. Get the gold trigger. You can do a couple of different colors and the gold base plate for the magazines. Black. I think they come with silver. I did the black, or I purchased the black DLC magazine just to match the gun better. And, you know, I'd say it's probably a little bit more detailed or fancy than the Nighthawk BDS9 slide. You know, maybe a little bit, probably because of this here, kind of curved serrations. This is a gun that I am definitely keeping. Atlas Artemis. Nicest gun I've ever shot. We'll see what the Infinity looks like, but man, this gun is so awesome, and it's so accurate too. That's what's crazy. I mean, I'm not even really that good of a shot. I do practice a lot. In the last couple of years, I have been shooting a shitload at the range. No feeding issues at all. All kinds of 9mm ammo through it. No jams, no nothing. Super smooth. And man, it's just so accurate. It's crazy. A reset on the trigger is great. I had the Nighthawk BDS9 before I got the Artemis. And the reset on the BDS9 I thought was really good. But, man, the Atlas guns, dude. If you ever have an opportunity to buy one or get both an Atlas and the BDS9, pick any Atlas, either base model, the Atlas Titan, which is what I started with. Any Atlas Gunworks slide trigger pull, because you can get it with the sub 2 if you want, or you can get it with 3, I think, as well, but I like the sub 2. Oh my god, it's nothing compared to Atlas is just making a gun that is superior than Nighthawk. And I know it probably is going to piss a lot of Nighthawk people out there, but I don't have the loyalty that I see when I read through these forums. You know, and it's because I didn't want to. I wanted to buy as many of the guns as I can, go through them, shoot the shit out of them, you know, put thousands of rounds through them, and then just see which one I like the best. Atlas Artemis, close to 5,000 rounds through this, and it is amazing. Even the people at the range, whenever they rack the slide, they're like, I've never felt anything like that. And you won't. I mean, I'll have to see what the Infinity's like, but man, this shit's crazy. So smooth. So I'll just kind of do a little bit of the reset stuff. Now again, this is a sub 2 trigger pull weight. It is so short, man. I mean, I have the trigger pushed in right now, so hopefully it'll come out on the video. The movement forward before it resets is twice as good as the Nighthawk. I mean, man, it's fucking nuts. You can fire their 20 round magazines. Dude, you can get 20 rounds out of this thing in, I mean, seconds. 5 seconds, probably. I mean, it's amazing. Amazing gun. So this is kind of where I'm at the point now where I've tried many of these. The 1911s, which I have the Ed Brown, I might keep that one. But the Alchemy, the the Voltman Precision, I mean, those, dude, I just don't understand at this point why anyone's buying a 1911. I haven't bought a Nighthawk 1911 yet. I will get one just to try and see, but there's no fucking way that it's even close to what Atlas is doing on their 2011s. Not a chance. But I at least want to try it and see. Yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, Atlas Artemis, amazing gun. I would say if you have $7,500, I can't imagine buying a better gun than this. The Infinities cost me a little bit more. Those were closer to $8,500, $8,600, $8,700. So about $1,500 more than the Atlas Artemis, which this is, I think, kind of their top model, unless you want more of the competition type gun or one with the compensator. I think it was the Artemis. I don't know. There was another one that was $7,500, I think it started at. The Artemis started at $7,400. And you can do the two-tone. That'll save you a couple $100 or $100 or whatever it was. But dude, it's so awesome. Oh, another thing I do love is that the Atlas, they do not have the grip safety. The Nighthawk does. It's not that big. I don't have any issues. Kind of what I said on the Nighthawk video. I've never gripped the gun in a way to not put enough pressure on this to where the gun didn't fire. Of course, that's range shooting and stuff like that. So now if you were in a self-defense situation, yeah, I could see, especially when you're nervous, your adrenaline's running and shit's hitting the fan, so to speak, that yeah, maybe you wouldn't be able to grip the gun as well, or depending on what the situation is, and to keep that from engaging. But I figured at this point, especially for guns that are not too far off in price point, I like it without it. But I would definitely, man. And like I said, we'll see what Infinity. I got a 40 caliber in the Infinity coming next month, and a 9mm Infinity coming in about 3 months. So, but even if the 9mm Infinity is badass, I'm still keeping this because I do love this gun. My God, it's awesome. So, yep, that's it. Atlas Artemis, 9mm, sub 2 trigger, Trijicon RMR plate, and red dot, obviously. So nice. Best gun I've ever shot, for sure. It's so smooth. I wish that you could get, I do wish you could take the 40 caliber Atlas that they do and put those same grips on a 9mm, just to add a little more weight. I don't know. I don't mind weight on the gun. I'd prefer heavy as you could get it. Because it's not, I mean, I'm not joining the army or anything like that, so I'm not going to be carrying it around. And if you're in a situation where you had to defend yourself, I don't think weight of the gun is going to have any what's the word, influence or effect on the ability to hold the gun steady or anything like that. I think more weight's better, at least for me. Competition, maybe that's different. I don't know anything about that. But yeah, man, very cool. So nice. Love shooting it. Favorite gun at this point. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. And, oh, you know what I wanted to show you. And I did this on the Nighthawk. So whenever you want to basically break down the gun to clean it. Oh, and another thing is, so it seems like, and I've seen videos on this about a lot of people asking on the slide stops, a real pain in the ass to get out. There's always a second small notch behind your main slide stop notch that you have to line up in order to get the slide stop out. I mean, it's the same on every, or at least any 1911, any 2011 I've ever shot, or seen for that matter. I'm sure there is a maker out there, a couple of them that are maybe a little different, but for me, all I've ever seen is that second notch kind of behind your first one. Hopefully you can see that. It's subtle, but it's there. But you have to line that thing up, pretty perfect in order to get the slide stop out. So, oh yeah, where was I going with this? So, Atlas, so smart, man. I was so fucking impressed with their idea on this. So with the Nighthawk, the BDS-9, you have to carry a fucking paper clip around with you and put it in this little hole if you want to get it out. Basically, in order to get this kind of bushing or whatever this is in here. Atlas. So you push this little basically thing down. Hopefully you can see that. And this little kind of nipple comes out. I'll probably do it with this and make it see it better. Hopefully you can see that. Little nipple comes out, and it catches on that fitting or bushing or whatever it is, and it just, you can push it right out. Oh my God, it's so awesome. You don't have to carry paper clips or any kind of shit putting in holes, you know, in order to disassemble the gun, clean the barrel and all that stuff. I was so impressed, man. I think that is smart, really fucking smart. I wish Nighthawk could have done something like Atlas, but Atlas is a different level. I know people are gonna, you know, Nighthawk is the best and all that shit. Dude, I'm trying them all, man, and the only thing I would say I don't like about the Atlas is probably the thumb rest. But I understand the purpose of it now. But I do wish it did line up with, you know, just so you could rack the slide from the, I mean, you still can, but really when I'm racking the slide, at least on the Atlas guns, it's so much easier to do it from the front. Also, the slide is so smooth that racking it from the front is not a problem. I mean, the resistance is just so minimal. But genius, man. Props to Atlas for coming up with that idea of saying, well, hey, we don't want you to have to find something to stick in a hole and all that shit. Man, you just push this in, that little thing comes out, little nipple sticks up, push on that fitting or bushing. I don't know what this is actually. Whatever is protecting the spring or the guide rod, whatever. And oh my God, it's just so easy to pop right out. So, take notes, Nighthawk. The Atlas Titan was the same way. I think maybe all the Atlases like that little. I don't know if that's a Wilson. I see Wilson Combat. I think on like online they have that little blue. It's almost like a little pad or something. I don't know if that's an Atlas part or a Wilson Combat part, but I do like that. Just a little bit of a cushion, something. But yeah, Atlas is fucking amazing. Amazing gun. So nice. So, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Whenever I get the Infinity, I can't wait for that. Those things look fucking badass, man. Dude, like the design and stuff that Infinity's doing, so cool. Can't wait to see it. So yeah, Infinity G2 Corsas are what I got coming. And then the V88, which is a batch that they just released. That one looks pretty sweet too. So, yeah, that's it, man. Hope everybody enjoyed. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about Atlas. Just besides, it's an amazing gun. And if you have $6,000 to spend on a gun, buy the Atlas Titan. Just make sure you get I don't know if the Atlas Titan, the one that I had, or the one I had that video on, it doesn't allow you to put a red dot system on, which sucks. I think it was just maybe that style that I had purchased. But on the Atlas Titan, if you can do a red dot system, there is no reason to buy Nighthawk BDS-9 if you can buy an Atlas. There really isn't. Atlas is making a better product than Nighthawk. It's a fact. And I see all the videos about Nighthawk is better than this, or Wilson Combat's better than this. And like I said, man, I'm trying all these fuckers, and Atlas is making a product superior to anyone. I do not have the Infinity yet. I'll do a video on that as soon as it comes in. But from my experiences and what I've seen so far, there's no comparison between an Atlas and a Nighthawk. And Nighthawks are amazing guns. Man, they make some really nice. If I was going to buy another 1911, I would get a Nighthawk or Wilson Combat. And the only reason why is because they hold their value better. Selling the Volkman, selling the Alchemy, you know, dude, you're taking a big hit. 50% of what you paid for it, if not less. The Volkman did not hold the value like I thought it was going to. Which, I mean, I didn't expect to make money on them or anything like that. It was more just trying to see what the price point was. So if I was going to buy another 1911, it would be a Wilson Combat or a Nighthawk. And that is only because it's going to hold its resale value better. I'm trying to think. I haven't got the Cabot 1911. I haven't done that yet. I was going to, and then it's like overnight they raised the prices on their guns like $600, and I was like, what the fuck? And I thought, I don't know. To me, that just seems fucking weird, and it seems shitty. Because we had already been into COVID for like 3 years, and they did that, and I was like, oh. So I emailed the dude, a guy named Eli over there, who's super cool, super helpful. But man, when I asked him and he told me about that, well, the price of materials had gone up, and I was like, yeah, but we're fucking 3.5 years into COVID. The prices on everything went up a long time ago, so I didn't really buy that shit. I'm sure at some point I will get a Cabot. I did see, I think it's the Insurrection or something like that. They have a 2011, but it's their first 2011. I don't want to buy a first of anything. But I might try one of their 1911s. I don't know, man. Shit. What's that other one out there? I wonder. Oh, Limcat. I have a Limcat coming. Now, that one's in a 10mm, but I know I got a call from a guy named Julian. Well, Julian, I think he may be the owner of Limcat. Called and was saying that the gun's almost ready. They were putting a finish on it. That shit looks like some stuff out of Star Wars. I can't wait to see that one. And I'll do a video on that as soon as I get it. I'll probably end up doing a video on an FN 10mm Desert Eagle 50 cal. I got an Arsenal AK, a 450. I had a Daniel Defense. I wish I'd done a video on the Daniel Defense. It was the 5.56. I sold that. But those are really nice guns. Daniel Defense makes a real good gun for rifle. Let's see. What else? No, that's it, man. I hope everybody be good. Today is, what's today? Friday. Yeah, or the day before Cinco de Mayo. So, hope everybody has a good weekend. Be safe. And if you can buy an Atlas, get an Atlas. Peace.